Commodity markets. My article over the weekend was about Saudi Aramco. Aramco raised $25.6 billion in the biggest ever IPO, selling shares at 32 rials each and valuing the company at $1.7 trillion, overtaking Microsoft and Apple as the most valuable listed company in the world. At the latest valuation of 1.96 trillion, but I think we might have topped 2 on Sunday, Aramco is a whisker shy of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's target of $2 trillion set some 4 years ago. At $2 trillion, it is worth more than technology giants Apple, which is second and worth 1.19 trillion, Microsoft, and bigger even than the top 5 oil companies ExxonMobil, Total, Royal Dutch Shell, Chevron, and BP combined. The Saudi stock exchange Tadawul has elevated to the 7th largest exchange in the world after the successful listing and the post-IPO pop in the price. It is a great day for Saudi Arabia and the leadership of Saudi Arabia and for the people of Saudi Arabia. It is a D-Day for Aramco. It's a day of reckoning and vindication. That's the Energy Minister, Prince Abdul Aziz bin Salman, telling Reuters in Madrid. Prince Abdul Aziz predicted investors who didn't buy into the offering would be chewing their thumbs after missing out. I know he is proud, his half-brother and oil minister, Prince Abdul Aziz bin Salman, said in a TV interview after the shares were successfully allocated last week. He made us all proud because he took good decisions. These decisions, you have seen it now, have brought us a 4.6 times oversubscription. Amina Bakr tweeted, "The general mood in Saudi Arabia with regards to the Aramco IPO from people I spoke to can be summarized in 3 words: vindicated, triumphant, relieved." Notwithstanding some churlish international commentary, at every turn the Crown Prince and his advisors have sought to determine the price of the offering rather than leave it to the market. Wealthy Saudi families have been pressured to buy shares. Banks have had to issue loans to retail investors. Funds in the kingdom and regional allies, including Abu Dhabi, were asked to bolster the sale after plans to market the listing globally were abandoned. The size of the original stake had to be scaled back to 1.5%, said the Financial Times. The comments by the Financial Times counterintuitively speak to the sharp and smart moves by the Saudi authorities. This is, in my opinion, a singular triumph for the kingdom, the Crown Prince and his team. It was precisely correct to limit the supply of shares, 1.5%, in order to maintain a structure where demand outstripped supply. This is lesson 101 in the business of IPOs. It was precisely correct to sell shares into strong hands. Your own nationals and sovereign wealth funds from the neighborhood represent strong hands. Affording leverage versus a security with a proposed dollar dividend of 3.75% is a risk-adjusted no-brainer for the banks. It would have been plain irresponsible to have done anything differently. Why on earth would you sell more shares than the market could absorb into international markets where short sellers would have a boondoggle? That would have been a little insane. The Saudi authorities have captured the bulk of the value addition from the listing. Limiting transaction fees to below $70 million was also clever business, and I'm sure has been a catalyst for some of the churlish commentary by those who were salivating at the prospect of hundreds of millions of dollars of fees. This was optimal stewardship of the public purse, plain and simple. Furthermore, selling shares in your home market and catapulting the Tadawul to the 7th largest exchange in the world is also optimal. No country in the world is truly sovereign unless it has ownership of its own capital markets. The kingdom has parlayed itself into the bulge bracket via the Aramco listing. That is a significant achievement and a crystallizing of a one-off opportunity. Danilo Honorino was quoted as follows, "This is the Ferrari of the oil companies," he said. And if you want to buy this Ferrari, you need to go to Riyadh, and that's the final overarching point, in my view. This is a share price chart from Tassi Sec. Aramco, this is another chart which was from Saturday by Mosey Hesbon. That was after 2 days of trading, and he was bullish quite correctly. Shares closed up on Sunday 1.63% at 37.4 rials. Is just one stock, Aramco, and Saudi Arabia is now the world's 7th biggest stock market. This is from the terminal Srini Sivabala. Let's have a look at the price of crude oil. That's at $59.86, just shy of $60, which is a key level.